The weekend is here and rest is near. Of course, it's New Year's Eve. Finally, we made it. It's been a wonderful year. I don't use another word for it. Wonderful year. But we survived. And even if we had our backs against the wall, we survived. And of course, we will survive many more years, I can assure you. My name is Wale Scott. Welcome on the show, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. Now, I've got Seun Ajidagba on the phone. And of course, you know Seun now. He will explain to you as it is. And he's not scared. He doesn't care whose ox is God. He will tell you as it is. I can assure you, okay? Now, the Super Eagles will hold their first training session today in Abuja as they prepare for the 33rd edition of the African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. The Eagles are drawn against the 7-time champions Egypt, Guinea-Bissau, and Sudan in Group B and will face the Pharaohs in their opening game in Garoua on January 11th. At the time of filing the report, of course, I'm learned that only 4 players were currently in camp. The players are Almeria striker Sadiq Umar, Olisanda from Orlando Pirates, Enyimba's John Noble, Daniel Akpeyi of Kaizer Chiefs, Union Berlin's Taiwo Awoniyi, and Chidera Ejoke. Meanwhile, Umar says his inclusion in the Eagles squad is not to make up the numbers. 24-year-old has scored 8 goals in the 19 Spanish Segunda games for Almeria this term and is currently the most valuable player in the division. Seun Ajidagba, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Wale. It's a pleasure joining you on the last edition of Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa.
This year.
Happy New Year in advance.
Same to you, bro. Now, I don't want to start with the Eagles first. Let's start with Jose Peseiro. That's the man everybody is talking about. Who is this man? What is he? What has he done? What's his pedigree?
The Nigerian Football Federation said they want an hungry coach after sacking General. And so they employed a coach that truly in his sense is hungry because they've not paid him his 10-month salary in Venezuela, which was his last job. Unfortunately, the confidence you want in a manager to lead a brand like the Super Eagles of Nigeria, you can't get from Jose Victor dos Santos Pereira, the Portuguese. There's nothing to give him any confidence. He has not even spent 2 years on the job before. So continuity is not in his calendar. He was chased out in Venezuela. They told him, if we see you, we'll lock you up in Pantin in Venezuela. They are owing him 10 months. All the things you can point out in what you want in a manager, you can't get. But like you have always said, he's a Majumel the man who single-handedly runs the show. And so, if you hear any story that there were some coaches who submitted application, blah, 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 they knew what they wanted. And they went for Jose Peseiro. Let's see how it pans out. I was listening to Shehu Diko, who should be more focused on his league, talking about Jose Peseiro on ESPN, that if he does not qualify us for the World Cup, when the draws are held in January 26 to be precise for the playoff, and then the playoff itself will happen in March, that if he does not qualify us, they will have to review his 2-year contract. Maybe they will sack him. And I said, shame on you, Shehu Diko. From last season, the referees have not been paid their salaries. They out of 38 matches, they didn't get up to 7 matches. And we are starting another season. And you are talking about Peseiro. Now, for Peseiro, you are as good as your last game. But if the last game is anything to go by, it does not exude any confidence. But I want to give him benefit of the doubt. They say he's going to Cameroon as an observer. Wale, I know Sabi English. I hope observer will not turn to an intruder.
Now, Seun, let us start with the fact that Peseiro, at a point, was sacked in 2016 3 times by 3 different clubs. If that is the issue, then he's a serial failure, if you ask me.
Wale, there's nothing to belabor about this matter. You can finish Pesero's profile in less than 2 minutes. And that sums up the kind of person Amajima brought to Nigeria. I know in the usual manner, we will love it over you. You will dump it on your chest. Emalomo from there. Either you like it or you don't like it, you must accept it. You must collect. So let's see what he does. He's coming in on Sunday, the 2nd of January 2022, and maybe they will officially unveil him. So we keep our fingers crossed. There's nothing more we can do, Ali. Let them just tell us again, how much you'll be earning, because Amajima Phoenix in a usual manner, as a FIFA council member, as the president, as a class member, and sometimes the media officer of the national team and the NFF will go about saying all sorts of things rather than leave it for the media department. He said the problems that happen under General, his areas were not paid, will not happen under the new coach, that for the first 6 months, the salaries are available, that they've gotten a sponsor. I beg, let them tell us how much they're going to be paying. Is it Batero or Pesero?
Now, let me come to what is the most annoying thing this morning. I didn't tell Sheyi about it initially. I didn't tell Oga or Noja or Mayowa about it. I had my reasons. Let me say it now so that they can open their mouths wide wherever they are and say, Amaju Melvin Pinnick-led NFF have tendered a budget to the government, Ministry of Sports, that for the year 2022, they need 13 billion. 13 billion naira to execute most of the matches we have for the year. This is a body that wasn't even paying Genoro regularly. They were not giving their players their regular allowances. Now, it's a World Cup year, it's a Nations Cup year, and they say they want 13 billion. When will Amaju stop playing mind games with the country? 13 billion. That's the budget of some countries in Africa for the whole everything in the country. Hello, Shion, can you hear me?
I can hear you, 13 billion.
Yes. And it's been approved. It's been approved already.
Yes. You know what I always tell you, Wale? One of the reasons we have this over-bloated budget is as a result of the money you expend on match day and foreign-based players. Now we are going to AFCON. All foreign-based players. Just one. And for the life of my money, Wale, that one will never eat. We only train. John Noble is the first choice. Let's not deceive ourselves. Now, Carlos Queiroz, the coach of Egyptian national team, and the most successful in AFCON, which is Egypt, released their squad in Swale only 6 foreign-based players from their final list. And I'm looking at myself that 6 Swale, I can bet it with you. On January 11, 2022, all that 6 will not start. So it means that the team will be likely constituted of home-based players, and they will understand themselves. I've always said that the functionality of the national team is the success you enjoy in the league. These guys understand one another so well, but you will still struggle with your foreign-based players, the home-based player that you are going to be playing against. Wale, let me give you a secret. If Nigeria plays against Al-Ali, they will drag down with us. It will only take 5 matches for us to beat Al-Ali as a club. That's how structured those people are. So, 13 billion? How?
Well, let me now go to the final question about this, and let's go to something else. The Super Eagles have been called to camp. Let's look at the quality of the players we have called. Their first game is going to be against almighty Egypt. Can this set of players come together as a team, as a bond, and first of all, beat Egypt first? We'll talk about the rest later. Did you hear me, Shehu?
I expect them to do well. The coach has been talking to us. Augustus Zerego has been saying all sorts of things. Don't forget, he's still technical director of the Nigerian Football Federation. He said he wants us to go back to wing play. And that wing play was experienced under him as a footballer, where we had the likes of Finidi George and, of course, Emmanuel Amunike, both who have gone on to become coaches now. But the quality we have now cannot be compared to those guys. And more so, we play inverted wingers. The Samuel Chukwueze, the Moni Simon, who will not cross to the striker. Wale, I have my doubt, because even Victor Osimhen looks like he's going to be out of AFCON. But if the midfielders can supply the attackers, we still got some decent players, likes of Emmanuel Dennis, he can bring his Watford form. If Odionji Digalo can roll back the years, if the soap of Kelechi Iheanacho can be renewed, I hope we will do well. I expect us to qualify from that group. In a group that has Guinea-Bissau, that has Sudan, and Egypt, I expect the Super Eagles of Nigeria to qualify.
Okay. Now let's look at the fact that Man United boss Ralph Rangnick praised the side's first-half performance as their best yet since his reign began, following a 3-1 victory over Burnley at Old Trafford. Now goals from Scott McTominay, a Ben Mee own goal, and a third from Cristiano Ronaldo helped extend their unbeaten run to 8 games. The interim boss put their improvement from the draw against Newcastle down to the 6 changes in the starting lineup. The German also added that the decision to start man of the match, McTominay, was a late call on Thursday evening. Now, Sheon, Rangnick has said every time that, listen, I'm a deer man shaft. I'm a German machine. I don't care about names. I don't care about your brand. If you are not physical on the field of play, I will not play you. And he played only the physical guys yesterday, and see what happened.
Yesterday's game was the first time under Ralph Rangnick that United will be scoring 3 goals. And they got 3 points. It was better than the tepid, the abject, the lame, and the annoying performance against Newcastle at the Sport Direct Arena. Yes, there are 4 points adrift of 4th place Arsenal with a game in hand. But again, Wale, I have not seen the signs that I want to see in this Manchester United team. If Burnley were brave enough, like Brighton and Hove Albion did to Chelsea, that result would have been a different thing entirely. But we accept the 3 points and we accept the 3 goals. And it was also a perfect birthday gift for the greatest manager of all time, Sir Dr. Alex Chapman-Ferguson, who is 80 years today.
Okay, now, Sheon, if I go to Alexander Ceferin, who is the UEFA president, I'll go to that later. Romelu Lukaku, has come out to say, I am unhappy at Chelsea. If I had my way, I will go back to Inter Milan.
Lukaku, that was a poor timing. At a time where Chelsea are struggling, you drop that line. But you can't blame the young man. The goal he scored against Aston Villa was the first goal he was scoring in September. He was the best player in the Italian Serie A, the highest goal scorer. And you saw how he was beating the Blue Eyes, scoring goals for the Nerazzurri. But since coming to England, he's in a different thing entirely. And he's the most expensive striker in EPL. So he knew there is pressure on him to deliver on the second time of asking. The support he got when he was playing for Conte and was partnering with certain Lautaro Martinez is not the same at Chelsea. The question is, where is the support cast? Is he Werner Mighty, the one we call Timo Werner, or expensive Jesse Lingard, in Kai Havertz, that is supporting him, or Christian Pulisic? So the man is like a lone ranger up front, not getting a player playing close to him up top. But he has said his mind that he would love to return to Inter Milan, not when he's old, but when he's jamming. The question is, does the coach of Inter Milan, Simone Inzaghi, one thing now, because the guys are gelling. His void is not even felt at all. So Akan Chanaloglu, Edin Dzeko, all of them are coming to the party. And they are playing fantastic football. Lautaro Martinez also. I don't think they want Lukaku now. Himself and his manager need to sort out that area. Else, it will cause friction in the team.
Now, UEFA President Alexander Ceferin is confident that the FIFA World Cup will never be held every 2 years because it's such a bad idea. With the full weight of Europe and South America opposed against the plan, Ceferin says such a move would cannibalize the women's game and pose a real threat to the Olympic Games. UEFA President Alexander Ceferin. Now, she is going to help us arrange the EPL fixtures for tomorrow. And there are some massive matches over this weekend. Massive, massive matches. Chelsea take on Liverpool. That's a massive match. And Chelsea, coming back from a 1-1 draw, when people thought they should have won, going up against Liverpool at this point, Sheung, is this the end of...
The two of them are having a decided performance. Liverpool don't want to further slip up. They are 9 points against table-toppers Man City, though they have a game in hand. That's shocking loss and the team power. They need to recover and recover quickly. Last week, they went to Stamford Bridge to beat Chelsea. Chelsea, on their part, did not close out games. And that was the reason that the others popped up to score that equalizer at the beach. They need a response because they have some run of games that are very, very difficult. And Thomas Tuchel cannot afford to slip up, knowing that a certain Arsenal and Tottenham have given down their neck. It's going to be feisty, but something tells me this game looks like a game that will end in a draw.
Okay, Arsenal take on Manchester City. Another one.
Their coach has caught COVID. And some are saying it's the kindest way of saying, don't give me go sit down for bench, chop down. Because since 2017,
but he has COVID-19.
They have not even scored a goal against Man City. And they have always beaten them. The last game this season was 5-0. Although Arsenal have found some resurgence form, but again, the way Man City are playing, we saw how they got that victory at Brentford. It was smack and grab. That's the stuff of champions. I have this sneaky feeling that for all the form Arsenal are enjoying now, Man City are going to get a result.
Finally, Man United will host Wolves on Monday. Wolverhampton Wanderers.
I don't know which United will turn up. The United I saw yesterday only play for some few minutes to get those 3 goals and still allow Burnley to come back and get a goal that looks like game on. They need to be careful. Wolves are a difficult thing to break down. Yes, they don't have Nuno Santo, but they have a Bruno Laga, who has also gotten some decent results against some top teams. So United have to be very, very careful. They know they cannot afford to slip up anymore. Yes, Rapanglik has not lost any game, still taking over from Michael Carrick, but the Gengen pressing that we know him for, we have not seen anything. Any Gengen that I see, now like say they want to come you. So they need to buckle up.
Okay, now before I leave them with basketball, we have some good news. Finally, the Tafawa Balewa Oval is going to be opened, finally, to the public, so we can have good cricket there now.
That's the home of cricket. Although for now, the Unilag Cricket Oval that has 6 streets, that means 6 surfaces, have been bailing people out. We've had international matches take place there, and we have league matches going on there. But all of that things being equal, a day to be properly communicated. January or early February, that place will be open with a ceremonial game. But the details will be unveiled by the president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Mr. Uyosanu Sawari Apata. And so we are very excited that the home of cricket, the TBS, will be opened. It's near completion. So January by God's grace or early February it will be open.
So what's up in the league, Nigeria Cricket League?
The Club Cricket Committee League will resume again this weekend. And I'm sure you are seeing the pictures on the screen for the matches that will be played at the Unilag Cricket Oval. What we have this weekend for Sunday are all Division 1 matches, just 2. So we are expecting them to go on as expected. And Wale quickly for the table in Division 2, Ibadan Metropolitan Cricket Club are topping, Island Tigers are second, St. Gabriel's College 2 are third, Pioneers are fourth, St. Gabriel's College 1 are fifth, Igobi College are sixth, and the Electric Cricket Club 2 are seventh. While for Division 1, while the Division 2 club are last, the Electric Club, the defending champion, are first, this year are second, Rising Stars are third, Government College Owerri are fourth, Government College Ubeli are fifth, Rocks are sixth, FCC are seventh, 1004 Stars are eighth, and ninth position is LATC.
Shemajilagba, I want to wish you a happy new year in advance.
Wale, I'm not promising, but I am not a terror that cannot deliver. But I promise to deliver myself in the studio live and direct tomorrow by God's grace.
Amen. Amen to that. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
This is the last edition of Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa in the year 2021. By the time we meet again, it's going to be in a brand new year. Our year, hopefully. Amen to that. Okay, just the same time tomorrow on Plus Sports Special on Plus TV Africa. That comes up 11 to 12 noon. Don't miss the edition. It's a brand new year edition, okay? Thank you very much, Onoja. Thank you very much, Shei. Thank you very much, Mayowa, AJ, Isaac. They all did it together on our last edition of Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. I'm leaving you with the NBA basketball today. My name is Wally Scott. Like I always advise you at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your heart, do some sports.